Hello, friends. On November 3rd, two tech giants, Amazon and OpenAI, suddenly announced their marriage. They signed a multi-year strategic partnership worth up to $38 billion, spanning 7 years. Wait a minute, are you all as confused as I am? OpenAI? Hasn't it always been Microsoft's favorite child? Microsoft invested $13 billion in it. Now, why has it suddenly turned around and jumped into the arms of Microsoft's arch-rival, Amazon? Is this a betrayal drama unfolding? Don't worry. This drama is far more exciting than the superficial betrayal. Today, we're going to dissect what grand chess game the three giants, Microsoft, Amazon, and Google, are playing behind this sky-high deal. First, let's talk about Microsoft's betrayal suspicion. Is this releasing the tiger back to the mountains? On the surface, Microsoft's stock price even experienced a brief dip. But if we dig a little deeper, you'll find that Microsoft was not only not betrayed, but was aware and agreed to it, and might even be secretly happy. What exactly is going on here? Imagine Microsoft as Agency A and OpenAI as its top artist. Previously, Microsoft had a hegemonic clause called right of first refusal, meaning this artist could only perform on Agency A's platform. Recently, this top artist announced its independence, transitioning into a public benefit corporation, and as part of a new agreement, Microsoft lost this right of first refusal. Just a few days after Microsoft loosened the leash, OpenAI suddenly announced the $38 billion deal with Amazon. What does this indicate? This is clearly a two-step plan. Was Microsoft foolish? No, Microsoft is shrewd. Satya Nadella made a brilliant trade-off. He clearly realized that his company alone could no longer feed OpenAI, this compute-hungry beast. If he forcibly sheltered it, it would only stifle his $135 billion investment. So, Microsoft made a tactical strategic trade. By losing its exclusive cloud provider status, it gained, first, a $250 billion revenue commitment. OpenAI committed to purchasing an additional $250 billion worth of Azure cloud services. This volume far exceeds the $38 billion given to AWS. Second, long-term IP lock-in. Microsoft extended its right to use OpenAI's models IP until 2032, even including models after AGI, or artificial general intelligence. Lock-in from lockdown. Third, formal equity. Microsoft acquired a 27% stake in the new OpenAI company with a book value of $135 billion. In summary, Microsoft gave up short-term control in exchange for huge revenue security with the $250 billion contract and IP security locked in until 2032. This was a profitable move. Next, let's look at OpenAI's checks and balances. I'm not an artist, I'm a power company. So, what's in it for OpenAI? It wants to become the power company of the AI era. Sam Altman has repeatedly emphasized that AI requires unprecedented computing power. It is now the world's largest compute aggregator, frantically stockpiling. It has committed to purchasing $250 billion in Microsoft Compute, $300 billion in Oracle Compute, and $38 billion in Amazon Compute. This move is ruthless. By locking in contracts totaling over $588 billion, OpenAI not only ensures its ammunition is sufficient, but also strategically seizes the limited GPU resources in the market for the next few years, leaving new competitors without a pot to cook in. Even more remarkably, it is commoditizing cloud computing. Previously, if you wanted to use ChatGPT, you basically had to go to Azure. Now, AWS customers can natively call OpenAI's models through the Bedrock service. This will force cloud giants into an internal competition. Who can run the same OpenAI model at a lower cost and faster speed? In summary, OpenAI has successfully made Microsoft and Amazon engage in a price war to distribute its products. No matter which cloud you use, OpenAI is the ultimate winner, just sitting back and counting money. Third, let's discuss Amazon's double victory, a brilliant hedging gamble. This deal is a game changer for Amazon. Over the past year, AWS has been criticized as an AI laggard, with its growth rate being crushed by Azure. Now, by signing OpenAI, this top artist, its stock price has hit a historical high of $254, with its market value soaring by nearly $140 billion. But the real question arises, didn't Amazon just spend $8 billion investing in Anthropic, OpenAI's arch-rival? Why is it now spending $38 billion to fund the enemy? Friends, pay attention. The key is chips. This is a well-thought-out hardware optionality strategy. The entire AI industry is currently bottlenecked by NVIDIA's GPUs. Amazon has placed 2 bets on the table simultaneously. Bet 1, winning the NVIDIA war, which is the OpenAI deal. The $38 billion order for OpenAI, as stated in the contract, is for purchasing NVIDIA GPUs. The goal is to lock in current revenue. This is like saying, as long as NVIDIA is king, I am the best at selling NVIDIA compute. Bet 2, building an alternative, which is the Anthropic investment. The $8 billion investment in Anthropic is tied to Anthropic's mandatory use of Amazon's own Trainium chips. The goal is to create the future. Amazon even spent $11 billion building a Project Rainier data center specifically to serve Anthropic, using its own chips. In summary, this is a perfect hedging strategy. If OpenAI and NVIDIA win, Amazon makes money. If Anthropic and its own Trainium chips win, Amazon makes even more money. It's a win-win situation. Fourth, let's consider Google's nightmare, the king of the north being besieged. So the question is, who is the biggest loser? That's right, it's Google. School is now caught in a statistical modern walled record station. Its own models like Gemini, its own chips like TPU, and its own cloud, GCP. The previous battle was Google versus Microsoft plus OpenAI. The current battle is Google versus Microsoft plus Amazon plus OpenAI. Amazon has now become the Switzerland and one-stop supermarket of the AI world. Amazon's current sales pitch is, we are the Switzerland of AI infrastructure. You want GPT running on NVIDIA? No problem, come to us. You want Anthropic or Claude running on cheap Trainium chips? No problem, also come to us. You also want Meta or Llama? We have it all. We have the most choices. In summary, Google's walled garden suddenly doesn't look so appealing. Its biggest competitor, OpenAI, is now jointly funded and distributed by its 2 biggest cloud rivals, AWS and Azure. Even more critically, OpenAI is also developing the Atlas browser and a shopping assistant, directly stealing home and threatening Google's core search business. If we compare this AI war to Game of Thrones, the current situation is as follows. Microsoft, like the Lannister family, is a wealthy, established ruler. They spent a huge amount of money, $13 billion, to hire the strongest holding company, OpenAI. They recently renegotiated with the Golden Company, allowing them to take on work from other parties, provided they pay Microsoft heavier tribute with the $250 billion contract and guarantee long-term service until 2032. Amazon, like the Tyrell family or the Iron Bank, is the richest family, with AWS being the market leader. They are skilled at playing a double game. They first formed an $8 billion alliance with the Second Sons, Anthropic, and then immediately hired the Golden Company, OpenAI, for $38 billion. Amazon is simultaneously funding the 2 strongest mercenary groups. Google, like the Stark family, is a proud, powerful, but relatively isolated king of the north. DeepMind, they have their own loyal elite troops, Gemini, the Unsullied. They also have an alliance with the Second Sons, Anthropic, providing TPU weapons. Now, they are horrified to discover that the Lannister and Tyrell families are jointly funding their biggest enemy. OpenAI, like the Golden Company, is the world's most powerful and feared mercenary group. They are loyal to no king, only to their mission, which is to achieve AGI. To fight, they take contracts from everyone, Microsoft for $250 billion, Oracle for $300 billion, and now Amazon for $38 billion. The biggest shift is that the mercenaries are now giving orders to the kings. The balance of power has decisively shifted from the owners of infrastructure, the cloud giants, to the owners of intelligence, the AI labs. And for us ordinary users, this is great news. The giants' fierce internal competition on models and clouds will ultimately lead to lower prices and better AI services.